Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with a new video on Counter side. Now in today's video what we're going to be doing is taking a look at which characters you should be using in this brand new week for PvP. Obviously with the bans and ops, you have to realize that some of the characters that you were using last week, you can't use them this week. So I made this type of tier list which the S rank characters are the characters that you should be using in your team. Those are the units that will be amazing in PvP throughout this week. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tier list that I made. So S rank being the one you should be using, A rank also ones that you should be using, B rank are ones that you can use if you don't have any of the other A rank or S rank characters, and with the C and D rank characters are the characters I would not recommend you guys to use throughout this week. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bans on ops first of all. So usually with the bans on ops, those characters will be in the D list. For everyone who are using Gayun, unfortunately she is going to be in D tier for this week, you don't need to use her. With Zyna's Win, also a character that I would not recommend you guys to use, so she will be in B tier because full cost isn't that high. However, there is other striker characters that you should go ahead and use instead of Zyna's Win. With Younger Reem, she is a ban 2 as well, character you should not be using for your healing this week, so obviously a D tier as well. Lee Yumi, a ban 2, 5 energy cost, 5 deployment cost, you shouldn't be using her as well, so she is in D rank. Evelyn at ban 1, you can still go ahead and use her, so she is at B rank. And there you go, Kao Wong is still a fantastic unit that you can use even though he has ban 1. You can use him in PvP and he is going to be in A rank, but obviously if you want to be better, you just want to use some of the characters that are not banned. Now moving on to the ban ship, as you can see, Lake Superior is out of the ban, so you can already know which team you should be running or which characters you should be running. You should be running your defender class characters, the ones that can push enemies away. This is going to be fantastic. Lake Superior is going to be meta in this week PvP. Also, as you can see, Enterprise is also a ship that isn't banned. With the op units, I'm not really too sure which one you should be using, but I do believe Liv Allen is actually pretty alright to use. Now that I've taken a look at all the ban and op characters, let's go ahead and take a look at this list I will be putting up for you guys right now. So taking a look at it, I have put the characters in S, A, B, C and D. First off, in S tier we have this character Kang So Young. Obviously I don't really need to talk too much about the character, she's going to be fantastic to use. You can easily snipe out all the characters at the back line and it's going to be very useful, especially with the 2 deployment cost. Next up we also have the Awakened Yumina, obviously going to be meta as well in this week PvP, she is not bad. Next up, because Zyna's Win are banned too, you can go ahead and use Nanohara Shifuyu, especially the fact that many people are going to be running Awakened Hildy. She can do the defense debuff and she will be fantastic. Now you can go ahead and run the mech team, that's why Titan is in S rank for this week. Obviously last week you couldn't use any of the mech team because of the Lee Jusu running around, but yeah, mech team you can go ahead and use, and obviously with Titan, a character you should be running in your mech team. Next up, obviously with no introduction, we have Awakened Hildy. I don't think I need to talk too much about the character. Obviously an S tier character that you should be using for this week. Obviously we have Rosaria, who is back again in PvP. Run her in PvP, she's going to be amazing. Next up we also have this brand new striker character over here, Administration Sword Fighter. Because obviously Zyna's Win is banned, you can go ahead and use other strikers. If you do not have Nanohara Shifuyu, you can go ahead and use the Administration Sword Fighter, she is going to be amazing for this week as well. Last off in the S rank tier list, we have Elizabeth Pendragon. Obviously a character you can use to snipe out any of the characters at the backline, going to be fantastic this week. Now with the A rank characters, we have Shinjia, she does amazing buff. Next up we have Xiaolin for any of the sniper characters you want to be using for this week. Next up we also have Juicy Young, because obviously Zyna's Win is banned, you can go ahead and use her. And then we also have the Regina, because of the shield she's able to bring, and because mech teams are going to be running around this week, you can go ahead and use her. She's going to be a perfect counter to the mech team for this week. Next up we also have Hasane, she is going to be fantastic for a sniper character to use. And then we also have Kao Wong's sister, I've forgotten the name already. I currently don't have her, but you can go ahead and use her because Kao Wong is technically banned this week, so you can use her as a replacement. Next up we also have Adele Midna, going to be fantastic for the special ability that she does. You can use her for your sniper characters this week. Next up we have Cindy Lupa with the stunning she's able to bring this week in PvP, she's going to be fantastic. Next up we got Claudia Nelson, because obviously we all know that Yangarima is banned this week, you're going to need some healers, so you can go ahead and use Claudio Nelson. Even though Kao Wong is banned this week, you could go ahead and still use him. Only a ban one, so not too bad. Next up, we got the Hound. Because you can use Mech Team this week, you can go ahead and use the Hound. It's going to be fantastic. Next up in A tier, we also have this character that everyone is sleeping on. I actually just started using her like 2 weeks ago. It's Arias. She is actually very good before healing. Obviously, Yangarima is banned this week. You can go ahead and use her instead. With the B rank characters, we also have Ryan Freya for your tank. You can go ahead and use. We also have what's his face, John Mason. You can go ahead and use. We also have Jane Doe, fantastic in the soldier team. We have Lee Jisoo, always going to be a B tier, even though she's not the best awakened character. She's still a tanky unit. Following that, we have the old lady. I've actually forgotten her name. I'm just going to call her old lady. You can use her if you are able to protect the back line, making sure that she's going to be staying behind, so that you can go ahead and use her ultimate ability and spawn in a lot of tanks. Going to be amazing for that, or mech unit, sorry. Now, next up for a tank that you can go ahead and use this week, we got Reginald. I don't have him. I don't really think that many people summon for him, but you can go ahead and use him because Lee Yumi is banned this week. Next up, we also have Si Yoon. The reason why she's in B is because she is a 4 deployment cost unit, and if you take a look at the S rank and A rank characters that I ranked up, you can tell that all of the striker characters are all at 3 costs, which is going to be perfect. So with her being 4 costs, you don't really need to use her this week. Next up, we got Zion as well, obviously at B, because only 4 energy cost, even though it's still quite kind of high, you can still kind of use her. Next up, we got Evelyn. Even though she's at ban 1, you can still use her. Next up, we got Ling Zheng. The reason why she's in B is because if you want to recover your deployment cost relatively quicker, you can go ahead and use her. She is also a striker character you can deploy, but she is at 4 deployment cost, which is kind of high. In C rank, we have the character that a lot of people like to use before, and I still see people running her, even though I don't know why. She's kind of bad, if you understand what I mean. We have Esterosa. You don't need to use her. D rank are all the characters that are banned, and we also have one of the characters or 2 characters that isn't banned, but I would not recommend you guys to use this week. So yeah, those are all the characters I would recommend you guys to use, and the characters I would not recommend you guys to use this week. If you guys disagree with anything I say right now, go ahead and tell me down in the comment section. I do believe this is kind of accurate. Tell me which team you guys are running. I will have more PvP gameplay for you guys for this week. It's been your boy AC Gamer. Be careful of the Awakened Hildy running around as well as the Awakened Yumina. If the rumors are true that Awakened Yuna are coming this week, then be careful because she's going to be meta in PvP. That concludes the video. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.